You know, when I see this on this camera, yeah, there you go. Okay, it's working.
Let's get down to business.
All right. Hey, it's episode 170. My man Jason Bartholomew is in the house. Jason, I had a great time watching the fireworks from your pad. What a nice place. It looks like you live like almost right next to Leonardo DiCaprio. I guess he has property all over the world. Anyways, you can fade that thing out, by the way. Anyways, I had a great time watching the fireworks with you. It is January 3rd. This is the first episode of Risk On for 2022. We're going to try to keep this focused. We're going to do a lot of questions from the audience today. We're going to keep it limited. There are 28 people in the audience, so we clearly are losing people. They are bored to death talking about BitNile. So we'll talk about better subjects like Skyla, who is my niece. Skyla, what's up? How was your weekend?
I mean, great. I still don't have COVID, so I mean, anything that happened.
I'm not gonna lie, Skyla. The question is who do we know who doesn't have COVID?
Exactly.
I know more people with COVID than without COVID.
Me too. Quite a few more.
You don't have COVID. I don't have COVID. I tested last week. I don't have COVID. Jason, do you have COVID?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Yeah, not that I'm
aware of. Did Andrea have COVID?
Nah.
Nick and Brett don't have COVID. Will doesn't have COVID. He's in the office today. He seems like he's in good spirits. He doesn't have COVID. Rocking day today on the Dow. Jason, let's get to an update real quickly so we can stay on target, because the people apparently tell me that I'm not able to stay on target. Jason, you know where the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P closed?
I've got that data.
Hey,
it looks like the Dow was up.
Is Nick here? Hey, Nick, can you run the Jason? What happened? Did we lose the screen?
Nope, I did it.
Oh, it didn't run. Uh-oh. Nope, I think we're going to go blue because
we'll be fine. We're good. Hang on.
Oh, there we go.
No, we're good. It's on YouTube.
No, I see it on YouTube. That's weird. Okay, you guys, we're in the studio. We actually have a sophisticated studio where I can see the monitor and I can see what's coming up next, and clear. We're a little problem here. Can we get an update on? Okay, let's go back to the market here. Let's go back to the market here. Dow Jones Industrial Average. Jason, you were saying?
The Dow finished off 246 at 36,585.
That's right.
The NASDAQ was up 187, 15,832.
That's right.
And S&P 4796, good for 30-point gain. Looks like there's a big tamp down on gold and silver today. Gold is around 1,800. Silver is below 23 at 22.92, and copper's $4.42. You want to talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum. Actually, Bitcoin right now, 45,870, Ethereum 37-ish.
Alderman up today, Friedman down a little bit, VRPX up, BIVI up, AG down again, HUSA up, SSNT up, TIVC up, ACXP up, AESE up, SLHP up, GIPR up, Game up, Yayo, YAYO up a little bit. The SPAC, hanging in there right about the bid, 1003, 1010. We do have a SPAC we're sponsoring through BitNile, Alt Alliance. It's Alt Disruptive Technologies. We're on the prowl for companies we can buy and bring them public in the proper way. Hey, we're not going to skip around too much. Do you want to talk about any stocks today? Because I guess the only thing to talk about is Tesla, right?
No, Apple 3 trillion market cap.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but Tesla too.
Tesla,
a lot of the small
Tesla up 143 in the regular market, and then the aftermarket up another $8 to $1,207, reaffirming how rich Elon Musk will be and is. What do you think of Apple becomes the first? You said earlier. We're going to come back to Apple in a second. What do you think of the fact that Tesla delivered almost 1 million cars? I mean, any thoughts on Tesla? Is there anything to say here? They continue to click on all cylinders.
Yeah, they continue to click on all cylinders. Elon's probably done selling new year. Just my thought.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens with oil. 76 a barrel. They're talking about gas prices in California to remain between $4.75 and $6. A big segment of the market is in California. and a little bit now moving into Arizona and Texas. And let's see what happens. You remember now, Apple has an iCar, I think, coming in 2 to 3 years. This is not going to slow down the sector itself. So, but Tesla holds the bar very high.
Bitcoin back down to 45.87. What are you thinking about the way Bitcoin's performing?
I think there's still got a little bit of Chinese sell-off. I think there's some hidden coins. There's a lot of transfers into cold storage. Although I did see some coins uploaded to a good amount, unusual whales, some good amounts of coins uploaded to Coinbase and Binance. So there'll be more liquidity on the exchanges, which means for more volatility.
Skipping back to Apple, a $3 trillion market cap.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I remember buying Apple in 1990. I want to say 1998. I think I paid $5 for it. Split a few times since then. $3 trillion. I don't know that I would have ever comprehend that kind of the amount of money they make. They print money. The amount of, you know, at one time when I was a broker at Prudential, we had a guy, Howard and Mike, who covered Intel, and Intel had a department of 18 people that were in treasury management. That's because Intel had $100 billion. Do you have any idea how much money? Now, I don't know if they had 100 billion. They may have had 20 billion, 30 billion, whatever the number is, 40 billion. The amount of money going through Apple's coffers is just something sick. It's just, do you have any commentary on this at all at $3 trillion? I mean, here's my point. If you're going to think about everything from a risk-on perspective, I guess I always look at stuff, can I invest in something that's going to double? Or is this going to stay stable? Probably stay stable here, 2 to 3 trillion, because obviously it's such a dominant market cap. Dominant. Yeah. I mean, these devices that they make here are so dominant, right? And so if they stay dominant the way that they are, you'd argue that they're going to continue to be dominant. And, obviously they'll probably be pretty steady. But is it going to double from here and go to 6 trillion, Jason?
Not in the near future, but I do know, doesn't Android have a bigger market share globally?
It does, but Elon Musk talks about the fact that we are not producing kids at the proper rate, and for humanity, we're going backwards. If we're going backwards, that would mean that the market event, I mean, how many iPhones can Apple sell a year, I guess? I don't know. It's probably, I don't know if it's priced to perfection, but I just want to be clear. I've given up on the idea. Warren Buffett keeps getting richer owning Apple. I've given up on the idea that I know what I'm doing there. Hey, those people for Elizabeth Holmes are watching this Theranos trial. She, the jury's deadlocked on 3 counts. The judge says keep deliberating. Jury in the trial, federal court, Monday said cannot reach unanimous verdict on 3 counts. Gave the so-called Allen charge to try harder. Jury's deliberating for 46 hours over 7 days. How many counts was she charged with?
Ooh, I haven't even been following that, to be honest with you.
Right.
I'm not sure. It says, let's see. 3 count, 12 jurors. I'm not sure. I can't find it in the notes here in the article.
Holmes is charged with 9 counts of wire fraud and 2 counts of conspiracy. They're deadlocked on 3 counts. She faces up to 20 years in prison. We'll see. She's like the female Steve Jobs, but of course, she was faking it till she makes it. Steve did that a little bit. He'd say, "Hey, I got a device I want to build," and then they'd have to try to build it, right? And then they eventually were successful in building it. She unfortunately was hoping she could build it, but it never actually came true the way that she wanted to. Put a lot of lives at risk, basically, what people are saying. I do want to cover. I would be remiss if I did not cover. Let me pull it up real quick here.
Naked?
Oh, I have not covered naked today. I didn't even look at it. I'd be remiss. I want to pull up the miner production numbers. So you go to my screen real quick. You'll see BitNile Holdings issues Bitcoin report. There's a couple things we'll cover here. We're clearly going to divest our 1,600 miner S9s. They're going to be gone. Other people want them. We don't want them.
Yeah.
Bitcoin remains around 45, 46,000, 47,000. We lowered our obviously estimates because difficulty went up, and we're taking a number the miners that we have for the S9s and offline. We're focusing on S19J Pros and S19 XPs. Obviously, a logical conclusion, much more efficient in production in terms of 100 terahash, 140 terahash versus 13.5 terahash. Anyways, so let's continue on here. We put up a chart here. Let's look at the chart, and can you split Jason and I between the two screens? So if you look at this chart, you'll see at 20,000, based on current difficulty, our margin is about 64%. We'd produce about 84 million of Bitcoin, all the way up to 65,000. So at today's levels, we'd produce 190 million worth of Bitcoin, netting us 84% margins at 160 million. These are, of course, based on 20,600 miners being installed, which we're installing new miners daily, weekly as they come in. We did experience a 5 meg new transformer. We're putting in step down, so we'll be fully efficient in terms of having all the miners installed this month. And Jason, we get another 300 miners this month, and another 300 miners the following month, and then something happens in March. Can you talk about what happens in March?
Well, we scale up tremendously, about 700% on top of what we're receiving. We'll be taking in 2,300 of those beautiful S19J Pros, and that'll be coming in end of March, early April. So you'll see a significant impact in the production numbers after March into April. Yeah, that'll be very.
Hey, Jason, if you look at it, if we're at like 2,600 miners in February, in March we actually double, and then we start adding 2,300 miners a month until we get to that 20,600 level, right?
Yeah, I did a comparison last week with Bitfarms, and BTCM is also similar, but with anywhere between, depending on your utility costs, anywhere between 1,500 and 2,000 S19J Pros are, depending on your utility costs, your all-in costs, an estimated 1 Bitcoin a day. So if we got the 20,000 S19J Pros and XPs blended in, you could forecast those numbers for yourselves, but it's obvious it'll be, anywhere from 8 to 12 Bitcoin per day. Now, of course, that's based on Bitcoin price and difficulty, but you can extrapolate those numbers and see that, we have a good plan to execute in 2022, and we're looking forward to bringing those miners online.
Yeah, got it. Jason, look at your Texas.
Yeah,
I saw that earlier over the weekend.
Oh, wow. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Wow, okay. Huh.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. So I wanted to cover a few other things, and we'll cut it. We have a conference coming up in May. I know Willie's sick right now. Another person out with COVID or
yeah. Something. I don't know what he has. He just doesn't feel good.
Yeah, I mean, who knows if it's COVID or not? But sort of moving on to where we are with the conference. The conference is May 12th through the 15th. We'll be getting information on that. We have a pretty exciting month. I'm headed to New York tonight, and we'll be doing a lot of our shows remotely at this point. I'll be in New York for a while. A lot going on for the company, a lot going on for me in New York. I got to be honest with you, I'm not looking to join the COVID land that is New York, but I've got to go back, and I leave tonight. Jason, what are you up to for the rest of the week here?
I'm working on some stuff with the data center. Crypto Joe and I are working on some production stuff there, and working with a couple new employees. I'm looking at some stuff with our partner in the EV sector. I'm doing a little bit of that, and looking at some opportunities to buy some small caps here. It looks like small caps have kind of shown a pulse. So we'll be identifying some targets there. That's about what I got going on.
Got it. Skylar, why don't you give us the joke of the day? We're going to call it early today. As you guys know, I'm preparing to go to New York. Extensive amount of work there. But we did complete over the weekend, before we get started, Skylar, we did complete a big financing. If you notice that that financing was well over, we initially reported it was 52 million. If you read the 8K, it was closer to 60 million. So we actually got fully subscribed. And so we brought in that $60 million. Plus, on top of the money we already had, we had raised $200 million this year. Last year, we had put a lot of money in miners, man. Wow, a lot of money in miners. A lot of money in real estate. We bought a $69 million property, those hotels, for Ault Alliance. We bought a property in St. Petersburg, Florida, getting a lot of traction there. We bought that for Ault Alliance too. That's a development property for Agree, which is a subsidiary of Ault Alliance. Skyla, speaking of jokes, and I mean by that is that
really
I'm tired. I'm very tired, and I have to fly to New York. Well, I'll be more tired and freezing because it's 29 degrees there. Although last night in Las Vegas, it was 29 degrees also.
Did I tell you the whole top of the tortoise water bowl froze solid, the whole top layer, and I took it off and smashed it?
Really?
Yeah, the whole top part froze, and I had to take it out.
Wow. What do you got for us?
I'm actually really excited for this, and I hope it offends no one. But what did the blind man say when his friend bought him an everything bagel? Oh my God, who wrote this?
Who what?
Who wrote this?
Oh God, that's terrible.
Braille.
I know, I thought it was too funny. Thank you. I laughed when I read it. I had to.
That's
Yeah. It's Monday, y'all.
That's pretty bad. Let's get to some viewer questions real quickly, and then we will let's see here. Sorry about that. I'm having some negative experience with YouTube where it keeps going to the last video here. So let me pull it up over here. This is the 170th episode. You can tell I'm a little tired, but I'm gonna go to questions here. Let's see here. 13D filings. Yeah, I sold the MDRR. I got rid of that.
Yep.
The whole thing. Boom. Bumper.
Yeah.
All right, let me go in order here. I want to try to answer some questions real quick. We got here. Happy New Year, all. No COVID here yet. Boilermaker Bumpy. Let's see here. Love the King. Can't wait till March. Listening to 2,300 at a time. That's great. Todd and Jason, can you tell Boilermaker Bumpy now it's filed the shelf? We have a shelf filing, yeah, for $350 million. We have not used it. Let's see here. My whole watch list was green today. Small caps. Mine too. It was a good day today. Jason compared Bitmain to last week. BitNile sucked last week. I don't want to think about it. Apple Car. Yeah, they're going to make an Apple Car. iCar 3 years. Thoughts. What does this mean? Reverse split. Who's doing a reverse split?
I have no idea.
It's not us. We're not doing a reverse split. It's not even contemplated. You guys.
No.
Why would we do that? We just said to you when we install 20,900 miners or 600 miners, we'd be generating, depending on the price of Bitcoin. Read the list. We would just be buying more stock. We authorized a $50 million buyback.
Right.
Get serious, please.
Jesus.
Come on, man. We're not doing a reverse.
Come on, get your splits right.
Exactly. Can you talk about the potential use of the shelf? Now, right now, we have no plans to use the shelf at this time. So, if we do, we'll tell you. We have the shelf there because we need it. We just raised $60 million, plus we already had raised $200 million. We have an asset in a balance sheet. I mean, I don't know what to say to you. Plus, we're producing, I think, 1 million something a month in Bitcoin or more. Plus, the businesses have sales, and we have a lender, and come on.
Hey, Todd.
Todd, new business opportunities. There are no new business opportunities for me. Chris has 1 or 2 on the horizon. Me personally, I want to be clear. I'm not saying that Alt Alliance or Agree won't do 1 or 2 transactions, but I am focused on harvesting. We have been planting crops for years. I'm focused on getting yield out of the investments we already have. Happy New Year to Risk on Crew.
You had a Form 4 come out.
I did. Was that more buying of Nile?
Yeah, just 250,000 shares.
Yeah. Did it already come out?
Yeah.
Like
I told people last week that I was going to didn't I say that on air? Yeah,
Jitendra Clark asks, "Hey Todd, what are you going to do with all that Bitcoin you're harvesting?"
I don't know.
Good problem to have.
Who's ready for March? I am. Be on safe on the trip. Thank you guys. That's very kind of you. Let's see here. Justin. So mining reports are going to be reduced. Should you show down to maybe? We're moving them to once a month. It was too much of a pain to do it twice a month, and there's too many installations coming and shipments coming. Bitmain is shipping us 300 a month now. Then we start to go to 2,300 a month. We're turning on these. They have bays, so there's like a certain number of bays, and then a certain number of pods. And I don't know if you guys understand how much cabling there is and wire, and it's just a nightmare. And I just said, it just was too difficult to keep it up every 2 weeks. Just crazy. And I don't think that was helping investors. I think it was confusing them.
It kind of was.
So we decided to go to once a month at the beginning of each month. Okay. Let's see here. Harvest for sure. 50 million share back. Okay, I want to be clear. I'm not allowed to comment on the buyback program, although we have one in place. All I can say is I refer you to the press release we issued. We have a 3-year buyback plan in place. I'm not allowed to comment. I've learned the hard way. My lawyers have basically said, shut your mouth. We will report on a quarterly basis when we file our financials. And therefore, Crypto Joe is laying cable. That's true. Funny. Clark, there's no reason. Hey guys, appreciate it. Time to concentrate on building shareholder value now. We agree. I'm
sorry, Jitendra. I mispronounced Jitendra's name. It's Chalk.
We have made a lot of investment. Our goal for the month of January, we've stated this, is we want to get to 1 Bitcoin a month and continue on from there. I really do apologize about changing my mind. It was burdening the staff reporting twice a month when I don't know if you guys know the what they're doing in the Michigan data center is just extensive. And we've spent a lot of money on miners. And so we just decided once a month, focus on the installation the rest of the time. That's really kind of what we're doing here. Hey, we appreciate you being on the show today. We are going to have a lot of updates coming. I wanted to say to you guys, this is the busiest travel schedule and the busiest year of my life. This may be the single busiest travel year for the company. What we're doing in terms of for the business, for marketing the business, what we're doing really is just extensive work with our real estate holdings. I know we have people in Madison, Wisconsin right now with our new hotels. We have St. Petersburg. We have the opening this year of our 5-star hotel, Tribeca La Phuket, which is going to be in New York. We are opening that hotel in July. I am going to be inviting a select group of people to be there. I'm going to be inviting a select group of people on this show who attend like this, who I see in the catalog, or in the comment section. I'm going to be inviting you to a special event in May. I'm not talking about the Risk On conference. That's a different thing. We've got a lot going on. We are focused on revenue growth at BitNile. We're at Alt Alliance. We're focused on free cash flow. We're focused on getting those businesses that we made a lot of investment in, get those things to pay off. And I don't want to focus just on that. I do want to talk about how we're going to make money together in 2022. You're going to have an opportunity to co-invest with us in our property in St. Petersburg, Florida. We're going to have apartments down there. A beautiful location, Jason. You know all about St. Petersburg, my friend, right?
Yeah, that place is going to be incredible.
We got real estate syndication going on. Those of you who don't know my background, I have an extensive REIT background. You'd see that because I sold all. When that MDRR went up 50%, I just sold it all. I mean, Jason, what did you think of that trade?
Well, somebody asked if we showed a profit on that trade. We realized gains.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made a profit. It was, I can't remember whether it was 200,000 or 400,000 or 500,000, but it was. We had 1.6 million shares. It went up, maybe 400,000 or something. I don't know. It's in the filings. I'm not, and I don't hold me to it because it may have been 300,000. But I'm not a fan of what the management's doing there. And it makes no sense to me that you would be buying back your common and your preferred would be out there trading at a discount. 25, you have 25, your preferred you issued, which is $25 a share, is trading for 21 or 22, and you're paying a huge coupon there. The whole capital structure of that company makes no sense to me. They're raising capital. They have a SEDA, a standby equity distribution agreement. The management team, to me, has run that real estate. I mean, at a time when real estate is the most valuable it's ever been, they've run it into the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, MDRR is doing a terrible job, and the management team wouldn't even return my phone calls. So I just flushed it, and I made a profit. I decided to move on because we have bigger fish to fry. I mean, do you think we're done once we get these 20,600 miners installed? Do you think we're done at Nile? We have a lot of work. We got to separate the companies this year. That's one of our plans. We got to get a lot of approvals. That's not a done deal yet. We got to get that done. We've got to, obviously, everyone keeps commenting about 60 million due in 90 days. No kidding. But we're not foolish. We do things for a reason here. But I'm very excited about the team. Happy New Year to everybody. Brett and Nick, thank you so much for being here today. For all my colleagues out there, all my, I don't want to say associates, I don't want to say employees, but all the partners and employees here who have COVID, I'm really sorry. I really am stressed and worried for you. Let's just take solace in the fact that it does appear to be, if you're vaccinated, it appears to be a bad flu or pretty bad cold. If you're not vaccinated, that's a different story. I've never encouraged anyone to do anything other than their body, their choice. So I am not that guy who says you have to get vaccinated, although I know that there's a lot of corporate policies out there. But I wish you guys all speedy recovery. That I know of, no one is hospitalized. That I know of, no one's died from Omicron except the guy who got in a motorcycle crash, and then they said that was about Omicron.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Love it.
But getting away from the political side, I hope the staff recovers. We are pretty decimated here. Most of our office is out with COVID. Most of our office in Newport Beach is out with COVID, and I wish all of them a speedy recovery. You guys have a safe Monday. This is the 170th episode of Risk On. We will have more Risk On Wednesday. I'll see you from New York. Jason, I look forward to this remote deal we used to do last year. 170 episodes. We have a special episode 200 when it comes up, guys.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We'll see you later. Thank you so much for being supportive. We'll see everyone on Wednesday. Take care.
Thanks, everyone.
Happy New Year.